welcome back to my channel, Bell Yogi. My name is Michelle, and today we are doing the second video for my yoga series called Yoga for Your Cycle. This yoga class is going to focus on poses that will help you in your menstrual phase of your cycle. This period of time is a time for reflection. It's a time to draw inward, to rest and relax as much as you can. It's a time that you often will feel more introverted rather than extroverted. And it's a time to really nurture your body with self-care practices. This class is going to promote the apana, or downward flow of energy. And it's going to be helpful to soothe any discomfort that may come from your menstruation. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel below, hit the like button after class if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for notifications so you can be notified first when my newest video comes out. In this class, you will probably need a blanket and maybe 1 or 2 blocks. If you don't have those props at home, try using towels or maybe books from around your house. Gather those props and let's get started. Okay, everybody, so we're going to start in a restorative bridge pose, or Viparita Karani, which is legs up the wall. So if you're doing a restorative bridge pose, I would suggest having a firm blanket underneath the head. Not too high, but you're going to grab a block or even a stack of books, like I suggested before, and lie all the way down on your mat. Now, if you don't have a block at home and you don't have any wall space, try taking your feet as wide as your mat, dropping your knees in towards each other, and just resting your hands on your abdominals. From here, you can begin to relax. If you'd like to use a block, you could take the block on the lowest setting. So lift your hips up, place the block under the sacrum, and allow yourself to rest here. If you want a little more downward movement, downward flow of energy here, it might be nice to lift your legs up. So you just choose what works best for you. If you have your legs up in the air, just make sure you're not causing any strain or tension here. This is where a wall might be nice to use, placing the legs against the wall. So from here, just allow your eyes to close or your gaze to soften. And start to breathe. I like to take my hands on my abdominals and just have my hands there as I breathe into my hands. At any point, if you need to bring your feet back to the floor, listen to your body and do so. Start to connect to the deep, smooth, diaphragmatic breath here. As the belly rises and falls with each breath in and each breath out. Feel your whole body starting to relax here. Notice any tension that might be creeping up. Again, remember, at any point you can bring your feet back to the floor. The pressure on the lower back should feel good. If it's not feeling good, try moving it around a bit. Maybe it's just, maybe your body is just not in the right position. And we're going to take 10 or more breaths here. There's no need to count them. Keep all the muscles in the face relaxed. Allow each breath in to be nourishing for your system. And allow each breath out to help you let go. If your legs are still up in the air, bring them back to the floor. And if your legs were up against a wall, you might want to just roll to one side and then come back into this position on your mat where your sacrum is either on the floor or the block and your feet are on the ground. Now gently and slowly we're going to remove the block. So just press into your feet, lift your hips up, remove the block with one of your hands and lower your sacrum back to the ground. Now from here, draw your right knee into your chest and just give your right knee a little squeeze. Staying deeply connected to the feeling of the breath, to the movement of the abdomen, to each breath as it moves effortlessly in and out of the body. You might want to extend your left leg long on the floor. And this slight pressure on your lower abdominal region might feel really nice here. From here, release your right foot back to the ground. Draw your left knee slowly into your chest. And just breathe. Perhaps allowing that right leg to extend long now on the floor. Let the right foot relax. Good. Then gently draw the right knee into the chest. Wrap both arms around your shins. Maybe rocking a little side to side along the spine. Or it might feel better to take the knees a little wide towards the outsides of the ribs. And then gently make your way here into happy baby. So perhaps lifting the soles of the feet up, you can either grab behind your thighs, just hug the legs in and down towards the ground. Or if you have a little bit more range of motion here, you can reach for the feet. I like to choose the outer edges of the feet, but the inner arches of the feet are also an option. Just do what's right for you, what feels right in your body. Listen to your own intuition. It will guide you. And allow your breath to go deep, deep into the pelvis here. With each breath, it's soothing, nourishing, comforting to the body. Good, then release the feet to the floor. Just take your body onto one side. Rest your head in your arms for a moment. And then you'll gently press yourself up. We're going to come into child's pose now. So just come, bring your knees apart, your big toes together, sit back to your heels. Sometimes it's nice to sit on your heels first and then fold forward. If it's better for you to have a block underneath your forehead, by all means do that. Try to keep the seat heavy towards the heels. And again, stay connected to the breath. Good. Now we'll gently make our way into Malasana, or a yogi squat here. This move doesn't always work for everybody. For some, it's a hard pose, right? So if you have a challenge with this, or you've never tried this pose, I would suggest using a blanket. So you're going to either, maybe this blanket's a little too low, you can roll it over to have it a little higher. And you're going to take your feet wide, right? You're gonna lift your heels up and place the heels on the blanket. Toes are slightly turned out, your knees are wide, your hands come at heart center. Gently press your knees open. If this doesn't work for you, try taking a block and sitting on the block. Probably without the blanket. But just breathe here. Reach the crown of the head upward. Perhaps taking your mind more inward by closing the eyes. You feel the pressure in between your hands here as well. So you're pressing your hands firmly together to feel an expansion through the collarbone and that downward moving flow of energy. Good. From here, you're going to gently take a seat. You can sit on the blanket. Perhaps the blanket right now is a little too high for me. Or come off the blanket. You choose. From here, extend your legs out long. Long towards the corners of the mat. And you might want a block nearby for this. So to start, we're just taking the legs out wide, feet are flexed, and you're going to start to walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. If you want, you can take blocks under your forearms and be here, breathing. And staying connected to the breath. Good. Now we're going to move a little bit. You're going to walk yourself back up. You're going to turn a little bit towards this right thigh. So turn your body towards the right thigh and start to hinge forward from the waist. Now it might feel nice to place the block underneath your head as you just fold forward here. Feel each breath in and each breath out. In this Upavista Konasana variation. And your next breath in, gently make your way out of it. Take your block to your left side. Start to turn the torso over the left thigh and then hinge forward from the waist, maybe taking your head on top of the block. And breathe deeply. On your inhale, make your way back up. And on your exhale, fold forward one more time. Maybe you can get just a little bit lower this time. Without force. Feel this sense of effortlessness. This sense of ease. Good. Come back up. And then we're going to move into Janu Shirsasana. It's kind of more restorative variation here. Right knee is going to come up to the chest. Left leg is going to be long on the mat. Turn the knee out to the side so the sole of the right foot is high in the inner left thigh. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold again. So just a little different variation. If you want to take the block, right on the inside of that shin and drop your forehead. That might be nice here. You can also just stay upright if that feels better in your body. Listen to the body. Your body will tell you also with the breath. So if your breath ever starts to get short and choppy, that's your indicator that you need to back off a bit. Especially in this phase of your cycle where we're promoting rest and relaxation. Good. Inhale, come back up. Take your right knee up, extend it long. Left knee bends up into the chest. Turn that leg out to the side. Sole of the foot is high in the inner right thigh now, perhaps taking that block in the inner right shin. Lengthen through the spine and exhale, fold forward here. Good. Inhale as you come back up. And then you're going to take your blocks out of the way. We're going to lie back down. If you want to use your blanket again, you can either use it under your head or maybe eventually you'll want to put it on your body when we come into Supta Baddha Konasana. But for now, we're lying down. Right knee is going to come into the chest. You're going to take that knee across the body in a gentle twist here, looking over the right shoulder. Or if that's too intense, just look up or look over your left shoulder. You can even place a block underneath that right knee for more support. Good, let's come back through center. Extend the right leg long, left knee draws in, and then across the body over to the right side. So if you were using a block on the left side, you could use one here. Beautiful. And come back through center. Take the soles of the feet together, the knees out wide. This is another space you might want to block. So if you have a block, you can take the knees, or the block, underneath the knees for this added comfort and stability. Right? Do that if that feels good for you. Maybe rest your hands back on your abdomen. One hand might want to rest on your heart. Just breathe into your hands again. Resting in this space that your body occupies. This inner awareness that is always there for you. Gently bring your knees back together. You'll take your body to one side. Rest your head in your arms once more. And make your way to a comfortable seated position. We won't be here too long. It's crisscross applesauce or one ankle in front of the other. Perhaps Sukhasana. And just breathe. Develop that inward flowing mind once more. Maybe drawing your hands together in front of your heart and feel some gratitude for the amazing things that your body can do. I'm grateful for all of you. Thanks for joining me. Namaste. Thanks you all so much. If you're interested in taking longer yoga videos with me, I do a live stream class every Saturday morning. It's usually at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll put a link in the description below. Check it out. If you can't make that live session for whatever reason, maybe you live on the West Coast, then feel free to sign up anyway, because I will send you a link to the recording after. The class is usually 75 minutes long. And you can check me out on Instagram. I usually post throughout the week of what the class topic will be. So I hope to see you all there. Thank you guys so much. This community means so much to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed day.